Hello and welcome back to Ixion. In our last episode, we were finished up a good chunk of the science events, or the POIs out here. All of the rest of the ship, and I think we did one or two of the planets. Looks like one of the planets. And our ship is headed back now, or it did head back to resupply with an additional person after we lost one at Crew P43. Lost, not killed, they were lost. And so now we can head out to another POI. And I was going to head out to one of these, but I think I'm actually going to move everything, the Tiqqun and everything, over here to Crook P42. As we do that, I also want to turn off the avoidance on these nodes so that we can pick them up as we're over there, because Crook P42 is the, what's it called, colonization planet in this system, and so we need to test our colonization. But the ship and everything in it, it's a little bit easier to do the colonization, at least to start the colonization, with the Tiqqun close to it. I can't even click that one. There it is. I can zoom in further. Well, geez. It's a little bit easier to start the colonization when you're in orbit of the planet, rather than out here in the middle of nowhere, because you have to ship a lot of stuff to get it started. Pulling everybody back in doesn't take nearly as much, but getting it started, 4.2 cycles. We need a little bit more battery power in Sector 2 before we can do this. Oops, wrong button. Sector 2. Oof. We can delete this. And then, yeah, or we could turn off one or more of the these things, but I think we should keep making steel as fast as we can. I think we'll do this way instead. Maintenance batteries, boom and boom. But I also should probably look at making the next. We also have a call coming in. We also finished the 2,000 pods just now, as I was kind of talking and doing the intro. We finished setting up, or pulling 2,000 people out of pods. Let's do this. Yep, this one's next. Yes, please. And then let's talk to, I assume this is going to be Eden.
Ixion is ready to perform a volt jump on your order.
Oh, that's because we opened up those 200 pods. Yeah, well, we're not going to do that right now. We're gonna let things progress a little bit first. So we'll let this go. We'll let those get built. Rather, we'll get up to 4 point whatever it was, cycles 4.2 or something, and then we can head out and over to the colonization test planet. And then once we're there, we can clean up some of the stuff in the area. Yeah, we know we're vulnerable to meteorological damage. We're going to be that vulnerable in the entire system. Let's see. I think I can probably turn this one off now. We already have that one emptying. Let's fire up this one, because this one's nearly empty. We're not pulling in a whole lot of iron right now. We have plenty. It's just taking them a while to pull it in. So pulling or moving the Tiqqun around the system is also good for that, because we'll be able to pick up local resources as we fly around. Let's take a look at... I'm still sending out probes. Let's take a look maybe up here, because you can see I have two inbound over in this kind of direction. Coming back over here toward where the old stuff was. And since we're flying the Tiqqun over here, it makes some sense to also send the probes over here to get the stuff that's local to the Tiqqun as the Tiqqun's flying around. Let's see. They're building one, and the other one is built-in charging. All right. I also haven't been doing any research. I only have 168 science, and that's just accumulating at the regular tick rate. So we're just going to take a look around here and see what we might want to do. First or third ones of these could be good. Docking bay. Storing more resources could be good. EVA airlock, construction speed faster could be useful, I suppose. Battery power capacity increased, charging speed increased, and then the higher tiers. Let's actually do this one. Actually, let's do both of these. Let's just queue them up. So we're gonna just burn through the science we have available here, and then we can have, a bit more time, a bit more, whatever on those batteries. All right. Yeah, that's fine, and that'll do too. It's not like we don't have enough resources in here that can't be paused for 5 minutes. Probe is complete. We don't have another one made yet. But we're currently revealing stuff over here. I think that was that one over there. And this one's just about there too. But this way, when we're over here, we can pick up some of these resources. Then we can kind of fly it back over this way and keep picking up more stuff as we're flying around. It's not optimized by any means, but I think it'll work. You gotta be close on that probe, right? No, so we don't have any polymers? Wait a minute. Oh, because they're focused on loading this up right now to build that solar panel. Right, of course. As soon as they finish loading that up, then they'll fill up the polymers, 3 in there, and then we'll be good. But we actually need a few more polymers here. We're a little low. We're also kind of low on electronics, but you don't need a lot of electronics most of the time, so it kind of it's kind of fine. I have like 10 in each, and that'll do. Battery thing unlocked. I guess we could go in there and pick out something new. Let's see, not this, not that. What does this do? Training cycle, not yet. Drone bay upgrades could be good also. Let's do this one next. This is maximum drone capacity, and then we'll also do the carry capacity too. Those would be good to have. Those would be good to have. We gotta be close to the number of pods finished, right? Oh, we are done. There are no pods out here? There are no pods out here. Alright. So we now have all the pods in the ship that we can pick up in this chapter, and we're just kind of slowly processing through them. We need to clean this sector up big time. All this ice is a pain. I should come up with something, some way to tighten this sector up somehow. Maybe we can work on that. I'd also like to work on this sector a little bit because it's also kind of a mess. So maybe we could do some of that too as we progress through here. I want to get... Oh, I have pods here too. Holy crap, I have a lot of pods. We can flush those out as we fill this up, I think. And actually, I want to organize this a little bit differently too. But we're also shipping pods over here, so because we're pulling people out here too, so we should be okay. We could probably stand to ship some people over. No, actually, I must have just done it recently. Okay, let's see. A probe would be good, and also we need to check that battery status too. Here's some ice. That's what we need. Just more ice. Batteries are at 5.5 and more, so let's Tiqqun, move the Tiqqun over here to Crook P42. And we'll watch the animation, of course, or the cinematic, of course. There we go. And probes completed. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do this one next. Let's go back to the drone bay and do the internal components optimization to get the carry capacity up. So we're on a 4.2 cycle move. Do I want this to be here still? Possibly yes, possibly no. How big are those? Also, do we need it? We're at 4. That's giving me 1. 7 by 7. I want to move the food into this one. Power that on. Food, please. We can take this out. Because I actually want to make a change here and put a larger bay in here. And actually, maybe I'll use that to clean this out. Maybe. Let's dismantle that. I'm going to move this road over. Storage space expansion. That means we should be able to keep going down this row, which gives us an additional drone capacity here by 1. Did I tell them to dismantle? I did. Put a new road in over here. And then, oops, then we can delete this one in a moment. Wait for it. Good. And that gives me enough room for a medium stockpile right here. Trying to optimize space a little bit. We can delete this. I did put up a second hospital, so we're good on deleting all of these, in fact. This one. And... let's see, Sector 2. Just no longer have one. So I deleted it, and then we delete this as well. As long as we have 2 hospitals, we should be okay. We have nobody in this one, at least, right now. This one has 13 people in it, so we have capacity for 200 or 100 if one of them dies. So that's okay. I have pods, people in this storage here too. Holy cow. I have a lot of pod people. Let's, yes. Let's fill this up with people. Let's empty this one out. So I could use that for something different, perhaps. Although maybe not. I don't know whether it matters or not. We're almost there. I had it on speed 1, of course. So that's my problem. Then we could do number of resources increase to 3, or by 3 as well. So that gives us even more people we can move around. And then once this is emptied... Actually, no. Keep this one here. Come back. Sorry. Empty this one instead. Because I need to move this around. Why are you... Weird. There we go. Ah, we're here now. Workshop disabled in Sector 6. That's okay. We are here. So now let's send the Montessori to the planet. And it's there. And then let's get started here. P-42 is eligible for colonization testing. Data collection will help shape future DOLOS initiatives. We have landed on P-42. The planet is bathed in a toxic yellow haze, which severely reduces visibility. First measurements have recorded trace amounts of oxygen in the planet's atmosphere. We have also noted that the presence of a few species of bacteria on the shores of Mata, one of P-42's cyanide oceans. Oh, this is colonization testing? Really? We're going to do the advanced infrastructure here because, well, you get more science from the advanced results, or the advanced, the advanced colony. So let's go ahead and do that. And we want to have the Hermes take care of shipping everything over here. And we're going to need 90 colonists. And so what we have to do, because Hermes is docked here in Sector 1, here in Sector 1, we need to actually transfer 90 colonists from Sector 3, because we have... How many colonists? We have 165 colonists. So let's transfer 90 colonists from Sector 3, colonists, to Sector 1. And then back over in Sector 1, we might as well flush out the 87 people that are here that are non-workers that we can send over to the other sector for now. There you go. And so you can see they're loading up the bay there, like always. Clear that. Clear that. Let's go do this. We can continue down this line and increase the maximum drone capacity by 2. The more drones you have, the better, as far as I can tell. The colonist transferred, clear that. We also have a probe that we could have sent a while ago. Let's make sure there's not anything else. Ooh, there's stuff locally here. Local right in here somewhere. There you are, and there you are. We'll get as much as we can local done, of course, while we're here and parked. Once we've transferred everything over, we could technically leave again with the Tiqqun, let alone, and also the science ship for that matter. But yeah, that one took so long to get to. So long. Keep emptying this out, and then we can do what I want to do with it next. I want to do this and this, though. To fill this one up completely, I'll need to push this hydrogen someplace else. So I'll have to figure that part out a little bit, but I need to change this around. Because I want to actually remove this road and put a medium bay in there. That's the plan. The plan. What do I want to do with Sector 2? Anything special with Sector 2? Let's see. Fire control is a good thing here. I think we're good on housing here. because we have 336 workers here and we only need 258. So we're doing pretty good here on workers and things. That's fine to keep that many here because that's the maximum number that can be housed in these 3 housing units is 336. So that's a great number to have in here. We could change out some of the battery stuff later on. I'm tempted to turn this off, at least for now, because we're downsizing our iron, downsizing our carbon here too. Health center disabled, so there we go. That's why we need to have 2. And then we have Sector 3. Basically what we need to do here is just keep expanding. We could probably use a little bit more housing to get started. How are we doing on... Yeah, we're probably okay to do some housing here. We'll build 2 more. Oh, that's not it. This one. 2 more of these. Let's go ahead and extend this road even further. I don't know exactly where I'm going to want this to go, but I also think I want to clean this sector up a little bit. I don't really like this being where it is. I want to move it somewhere else, but I'm not sure how I want to move it, but we could probably do some planning. I want to also fit this and this DLS in a little bit better. Maybe if I could do something like almost that. Sorry, I'll just delete that one now that you've just finished working on it. If I did that, because these are the same size, but they connect on opposite sides. So if I did something like that, and just pretend for a moment that that's the DLS and not the cryonic center, then that would fit these in tighter, and I could put the food stuff right here, which kind of fits in better here in a way. I don't know if it's that much better, though. But right now this space is wasted, so I need to rearrange something to get it less wasted. But also, let's see. Yeah, I think that'd be a better layout. And then the road would go kind of weird, I guess, but it could come across here like this and then like this. So let's start that out. Let's delete this, of course. Delete that. Yes, you didn't mantle it to dismantle it, but that's fine. Delete that too. I don't want to give them access to be able to build this yet, because I want them to get rid of this, and then I want to do something with the road here. At least I think I do. EVA airlock disabled. That's fine. In fact, we could probably do away with one of them temporarily now anyway, because we're not building right now.
A science ship team has
Although there is something we do need to build. The temporary test colony has now been established. The colonists will periodically transmit reports on their progress. These will provide us with valuable field data. So now we can leave the planet. The Montessori, that is, can leave the planet. Can rejoin the ship here. And we have an accident, of course, because it's a Tuesday. Actually, it's a Monday. Let's see. Almost. Almost. Really? There it is. I think we should stay here, but we can send actually the Montessori out and do some of these other events while we're here working in this science event. And this is going to produce science over time, and we can come and pick it up whenever we want. Either during the science, or during the colony test, or any time later. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's do a road here. And let's do a medium storage right here. And then... I forgot we're building these too. I think I want to do this. Let's put the DLS in first. To there. May not be permanent again, but Oh, you're going that way? I don't like it, but that's fine. We're gonna go all the way around then.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Should have not connected it. Oh well. Science ship has gotten to here, which is P51. We'll go to the techs after this. Did I let you gather the rest of that? I think so. Stop flashing at me, Ixion engine. It's weird that those are out there in the... There's another one right there. So you can't pick all that up at the same time. Or at least I couldn't figure out where. There we go. And P51. Our probe has registered some interesting environmental data on P51. Primary analysis revealed conditions similar to those found on a terrestrial seabed. These conditions may prove conducive to the existence of life. This is the crew of the Montessori. P51's atmosphere has an extremely high gas concentration. We are navigating through an almost semi-liquid environment. The tremendous pressure is putting the resistance of our suits to the test. Having reached the core, we are preparing to sortie out toward what appears to be a collection of geysers, the area that provided the environmental data. So here at P51, let's see, we can perform an intrusive analysis. We could set up a temporary study center, or we could set up an advanced analysis infrastructure. And as is common with these, the advanced analysis infrastructure is the best bet. So let's choose that one and the Hermes to go ahead and fulfill that. It's only 50, so we should be able to fulfill it pretty quickly without having to move the ship. I mentioned that I do have something else to build outside, and we do. We have to build the drone jammer, which is the thing we researched about the Pyrenees. And the probe has completed its scan. We do have another one available. Let's look at that. Anything else? I think we're... Oh, I saw something. I just saw something flash. Or maybe I was... Oh, there it is, right there. Hydrogen. Okay, there we go. Okay, I need to pause the recording for just a moment, so I will be right back. And welcome back. Sorry about that. So, let's get this finished up. We're working on that, and we're working on this. We can take this down. Working on multiple projects at once. That's how I roll. Let's empty this one out next. Because I also want that moved. Or, well, sort of want it moved. Yeah. Plans, goals, aspirations, those kinds of things. Let's turn this off again. We're picking up some more hydrogen, which is why I want to get this ready to go before we're going to put a medium in here, but smushed up against this one, so we can fit a little more hydrogen in here. But I also want to put something in this area because it's kind of wasted right now. And that something is the DLS for this sector. We, of course, need another piece of road right here, but we're still wasting 8 tiles back there, but you can't win them all, you know, so, yeah, that's good. How about... No, we're still waiting on the probe. Oh, probe. Probe finished its scan. We got some more hydrogen there, speaking of. And how do I have my drills aligned here? Okay. Basically, anybody can drill hydrogen eventually, but behind all the rest of their stuff, and they all have other stuff. So if I want hydrogen drilled, I have to do it later. Foldable architecture. Oh, we did all the things there. Let's do this one. And then lighter casing makes them move faster. That seems reasonable to me. Let's just upgrade all of our drones here. And this will take this... Ooh, I could do this. Sneaky, sneaky. And I can stick the hydrogen in there while there's still pods in there. Stockpile disabled. That's fine. That's one of the alloy ones over there. That's good. Close that out. And then we can dismantle this. And they're still going to unload the 32 pods from this into these other 3. But they can do it kind of whenever, as opposed to having to rush around and do it. Come on. Finish dismantle. There we go. And there we go. Perfect. See how that fits nice and perfect? Like a puzzle. Puzzling. So I don't think there's anything else DLS-wise we wanted to do here. We already have intense propaganda. I'm probably not going to try... I'm going to try not to do most of these. Waste is the only other one that I'm definitely going to do. Waste recycling. Once we have another sector opened up. Which I would like to do in this system before we leave. To start waste recycling. We're going to pull the hydrogen back out of this and put it into here because we're going to be picking up more. In fact, given that we have so much ice, why don't I reassign... Yeah, because there's 2,900 more out there. Why don't I reassign this, the glute, to mining hydrogen instead, just to give us some variety. Even though we have so much hydrogen that we also are not going to be able to pick all that up yet. Let's do this and that. And then that can be used for something else now. I don't know what, but something else. Let's turn off one of these. We don't need all three on a normal basis. So we'll leave one of them off just to save power / people. We don't have any open iron. Is this the last iron I have? What the heck? I mean, I have plenty. Eldrimnir should be ferrying 50 back and forth. We have plenty to mine, but we also have plenty mined, so we should be good there. Wow. That's a little impressive. A little impressive. Especially given how much carbon... Actually, we don't have that much carbon. Let's turn this one off and make it silicon instead. Push that carbon over there. We have these two all full of carbon here, and look at all the silicon. Holy cow, all the silicon. Anything we can do to make that faster in the in the tech tree? Let's see. Electronics. 10 fewer, 20 fewer. No, we're as fast as we can go. We just can use fewer workers to do so, which is good, but not entirely what I want. And let's dismantle this now. DLS disabled in Sector 3. In fact, we can turn that one off. Once they flush this out, we can do something else with it. I want to put the food in here instead of here. We're going to need to have more food in this sector anyway. Let's bring that up to... Wait a minute. I have it set at 200 before? Oh, I have this one here too. Undo that one too, please. Dismantle this. And we'll dismantle that as well. In a minute. In a minute. And then we want some more food. Mess halls. We want to put those in here. And we'll delete these two. And actually, I'm going to shift the hospital over as well then. Where are we at with inhabitants here? A lot more than I thought. Sector 1 has 90 people to move over. Let's go ahead and let them get moving. Non-workers, Sector 3. We can send the extra workers from here too. All, like, almost 200 of them. But I'm okay with having them here. Not bothered by it. Dismantle that too, please. There we go. Oh, that was the free one that we got at first. Okay. And then I'm going to continue this road across here too. That's kind of wasted space too. I don't like it. I don't like the shape of these, but I don't know how I want to do it better either. I'll come up with something else. I just don't like it. We can delete one of these. And they will increase the food in each of the other two to compensate. The other three now to compensate.
Population transfer complete.
I want to be careful with this though, because we are going to have, you know, a lot of people over here. So I want to make sure that they're all able to eat at the food cycle times. And we need to flush some of this alloy back out of here. Can I import Max here, please, for a little while? We'll put it back down again, but that way we can pull some out of here as these get emptied out. And I'm glad this holds 360 and I only have it set for 200 because they filled it up. They filled up all 4 of them and then unfilled that one. 129, yeah, that's good. There, and there. Nope, delete this road. And can I fit this in? Nope, it's 1 too short. You're gonna have to risk it. Let's check. I think we're okay. We'll go to deal with the science team in a moment. But let's risk dismantling this and then filling back in again. We have discovered unusual bacteriological formations in the geysers of P51. The bacteria are not only capable of arranging amino acids, but by utilizing geyser emissions as binding agents, they restructure mineral deposits and carve out basins around the geysers. Further groups of bacteria were found within these basins. We have named the bacteria Myers and would like to carry out further behavioral analysis. 46 science. And do we want to conduct further research on the Meyer bacteria? We will conduct further research. Oh, probe. Scanning. Scanning. I was looking for a blink. Any sort of blink and any blip on any of those meters over there, while I swipe my mouse around the system randomly here. I think we're clear. I'll do this once more, but I think we've got everything discovered. But now it's just a matter of collecting all of those resources, all crazy amounts of those. Oops, come on, clear. There we go. Crazy amounts of those resources, which is substantial. All of that, and all of that. Why are you mining silicon and not carbon? That's the weird part. I mean, we have lots here, but we have a lot of silicon. So much so that we're not really processing through it. And I don't really want to pull more into the ship. Because we're going to eventually need that storage for iron and stuff too, so. And carbon for that matter. Although we do have a lot of carbon storage here too. EVA airlock disabled. That means I want to turn this one back on to compensate for that one being off. Back to 3, I think. Yeah, this is just unloading still. What should I have this set for minimum? 200 minimum. Interesting. And then population, health center. Right there. And now I can turn this right back on again. Wait a minute. Didn't I turn that off? I thought I did. Oh, I turned this up. Put this back down to 400. Let them push out. Now again. As needed. Let's turn this off. We don't need it draining power. It doesn't do us any good being on.
The science ship team has completed a task.
The majority of Meyer bacteria live inside a geyser's tube. Smaller groups do exist externally that appear to have been excluded. Samples from within the geyser reveal an organized society that's not only able to propagate other types of bacteria, but also use what can only be described as tools, exchanged via vesicular transfer. We theorize a bacteriological language, and with the help of the PA, sent a message to the colony through appropriate stimuli. They responded. The colony has proposed to follow us on an expedition to the Tiqqun. This will be a monumental undertaking, as a single human cycle corresponds to several hundred of theirs. We have determined that the best way of transporting the bacteria will be to settle a small colony within the respiratory tract of one of the crew. Perhaps an extreme method, but it will provide the ideal conditions for the bacteria. An intelligent and aware species. This will surely open the way for new perspectives. 52 science. However, if we authorize the transportation of the Meyer bacteria, bad things happen. I know you definitely lose I think you lose the entire science crew. I can't remember now exactly what you lose on this. The problem is so many of these outcomes of so many of these events result in losing something, something adverse anyway, that it might even do damage to like the entire Tiqqun or something too, like crazy. But so many of these events that I didn't write them all down. So we're just going to leave P51. And we're going to leave the myobacteria to their own little fast lives. So we'll collect the rest of this science, and then we can head on down to P41 next. I wanted to take a look at who is... You're assigned to hauling hydrogen. Okay, that's what I was suspecting, as Hermes was in charge of that. Which is good. That's fine. As soon as we get all the science out of that, drone bay disabled. That's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Really, I should have the iron over here where it can be consolidated to. That's, or, you know, where it's more local to these, but that's fine. We could use probably some more of these now. Kind of tearing through our electronics, though, as fast as we're making them. Technology interlocking probes. And that puts us at the lighter casing. So we could do self-dismantling. Which gives us 2 more drones. The more drones, the better. The more drones, the better. Okay, we finished off collecting up that science here. We could come back and pick up all that science that's here. We could also fire up the Foucault to go pick up that science if we wanted to. But I think we're just going to take the Montessori on down to P41. Let's see. What all's here kind of local-ish? Who was mining carbon? Barracuda. Can I click to see where it's at? No. Why is the Barracuda focusing on here? Let's do this. Nope, not that. That. So that you'll get some carbon instead of the silicon, and that should redirect you. Are you going back? Oh, you're coming over here. Okay, that's good. We'll get some of that carbon going instead of all the silicon all the time. Plus, we have a bunch of silicon to pick up, and we have no carbon to pick up, so just kind of optimize things. The technology at lighter casing has been unlocked. Let's see, let's go back in here, and we'll do the breath. Drones move 40% faster. Wait, 20% faster.
Ship has arrived at its destination.
And we can come down here and take a look at Crew P41. After, I'll let them collect that science up. That way we can do a little bit more research while they're doing it. We have so many resources to collect yet. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't mind it, but it's kind of ridiculous. But we're going to strip mine this whole system as best we can, at least. Crick P41 is a telluric planet with a small quantity of water present as ice. There are many large black telluric formations across its surface. The atmosphere of P41 is heavy with cloud cover, and storms envelop the planet, scouring it with a solid aluminum rain. Eden has noted a formation of particular interest. This is the Montessori team. We have landed near Site 0. We should be protected from the aluminum rain here. We have located the formation of unknown origin and are commencing exploration of this site. So, of course, we have one choice here to investigate. Well, 2 choices, but we have one choice of something to do, which is to investigate the formation. That. Okay, so back inside. Sector 2 is looking better. They're looking good, I think, now. Right now, it's kind of all down to where do we store everything, and everything else is kind of... it's kind of packed in here. I've got this pretty well packed tight, which is good. I'm glad I was able to pack this sector in tight. Just take care of this. It was just a workshop that was kaputski, so we'll be fine with that. We could knock the workers down, I suppose, though, here. At least, if nothing else, that gives us... Risk foresight at the workshop. Maybe we should do that. Yeah, let's queue that one up next. We could knock the workers down, so at least when we have issues here, we could have fewer workers get injured. That would not be a bad idea, I suppose. Workshop disabled here was already fixed by the time we got here. This sector I need to get moving on. This food, with all the upgrades we have to both the farms themselves, the crop farms, except for that one, of course, and the mess hall, means that each one of these farms, fully loaded, can feed just over 1,500 people if we don't have the pause for waste, which is why we need to build a waste sector. So when we get to about 4,500 people in our ship, we actually need to start pulling, or we need to start building a fourth farm here. So we need to get this stuff all organized before that. And I don't exactly know how I want to do that just yet, because we have a lot to remove and move. I think, therefore I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I could move the DLS over here. What happened? Oh, science ship completed its event. Alright. The team reports that the telluric formation is circular in shape and has steep sides. They have begun mapping numerous tunnels that lead inside it. Initial reports suggest that these were not created by natural phenomena, but dug intentionally. Continued behavioral analysis of the team is registering breaches of DOLOS safety protocol, as well as metaphysical and psychological aberrations. One crew member appears to have removed their protective helmet, convinced that the air in the tunnels was breathable. Accounting for P-41's atmosphere, the remaining lifespan is expected to be 37 minutes. Alright. So we could use the Naomi protocol to override security protocols for the Montessori team. That allows them to, continue removing the helmets and things. Not a good plan. Or we could allow them to continue the exploration of the formation, implementing strict psychological monitoring. Or we could leave the planet. We're gonna continue the exploration in this manner. Stockpile small in Sector 3 accidentally cleared. That's here. We're okay. It's one of the alloy ones. Where are we at with Sector 1 and people? We can move them soon enough, I guess. Alright, we have lots of hydrogen coming in now. That's good. At some point, I want to get rid of these 3 ships from here and get rid of this thing entirely and put a drone bay in here. And then have them all be working out of here instead and transferring the items from here instead. But we need to get rid of some of these pods first, of course. Let's turn this one off and downsize it. Flush it out into these 2, and then of course they'll drone the things over to here. Always. Yeah, polymers are a problem. And I'm only keeping 5 here, which is fine because they're more needed over here anyway. Actually, they might only be exclusively needed over here. Really, though, the stockpile in the other is just to keep it, just have a place for it to go when they make it. So much ice. So much ice. I mean, it's not like we're not using it fast, though, but they're not really able to unload much of it. And I'm kind of amused that our task now is to vol jump, because we literally have so much stuff that I want to do yet here. Science ship has completed its action. Thanks to intensive psychological and medical follow-up, the Montessori's team was able to conclude the study. Solid aluminum particles, carried by the winds of P-41, created the network of tunnels. The erosive process has transformed the topography of the planet. When the particles collide with each other inside the tunnels, their reverberation generates a low-frequency vibration. When this passes through the inner ear, it alters human neural activity. 46 science? So we could still Naomi protocol them, but we're not going to do that because that would cause problems. Leave the planet. Collect all that science, please. I'm not sure what I want to do with the rest of the space in here either, honestly. We could turn this off, though. There's a lot of space here that I am not really optimally using. How much space is that, by the way? 5 by 5. That's the size of the next tier battery, which we haven't unlocked yet, I think. Technology of the breath unlocked. That finishes up the drone bay now. We're working on that for this so we can get the fire station, but maybe we should go ahead and queue up this fewer workers here. There's also production speed increase on polymer, which could be good. I'm not so much interested in the reduced cost because we have so much carbon anyway. The same thing with electronics. We did electronics, but the same thing with iron here. I'm not so much worried about that because we have so much iron accessible to us. We just need to bring it in. Power cost is reduced by 2. That could be useful though, because saving power is going to be something we're going to really want to start doing. Fire station disabled in Sector 1, ironically. Retrieved all science, and then risk foresight is done. So let's proceed now to the final planet, POI, I believe here. Yes, Crook P37. 4.9 cycles to get there. And let's go take a look at this. And what was I just looking at that I've completely forgotten about now? Oh, the steel mill power cost reduction. Sure. We're going to also want to do all of these. Well, especially the power production ones here, which is almost all of these. We're going to actually want to do everything in this, potentially even the solar panel polymer cost reduction, kind of because why not? Oh, and we just finished that one too. Back to the production speed or fewer workers again. We could do that one. I'm just gonna do them all. Do everything. Upgrade everything. Don't really need to upgrade everything, but upgrade everything. We're nearly full on hydrogen here, which would be good timing because we could start putting some in here instead. Docking bay disabled. That's the useful one, of course. 20 people in that hospital. Nobody in that hospital. I'm not sure what makes them decide which hospital to use, but whatever works. How much space do we have here? 4 by 6. There's room for another one of these. These can handle up to 2,400 crew members, so that puts us at each, that is. So that puts us at 4,800 in this sector before we need a third mess hall. I don't know if we ever do actually need that. Well, it depends, I guess, on how we do things. I think I want to do a little bit of a road here, and then there, and then delete this one. Just so that we can kind of have a throughway here instead of going around the long way for this. Alright, just heat recovery, and then we'll do this production speed one here at the polymer refinery. Because we're still, you know, there's not a huge amount of polymers here. Oh, that was quick. Be a good time. Alright, picking up the science. Good job, everybody. Good job doing the works. Readings from P37 are unusual. The planet has a high level of radioactivity, and its diameter and position in the Crook system seem to contradict theoretical models. Topographical analysis of its surface revealed the presence of a huge crater. We've landed on P37. In the crater we have named Desolation. The ground here seems to be made of a glass-like substance, possibly obsidian, and the crater's rim is razor-sharp. Telluric formations within the crater resemble waves frozen in time. We think that we can pull some interesting data from sediment analysis, or we could try to discover what impacted here. P37, let's see, we could perform a intrusive analysis. We could set up a temporary study center. We could establish infrastructure to support advanced analysis, or we could analyze the impact area. And for this one, we're going to actually analyze the impact area first. Let's go ahead and do that. We can come back to establishing the thingy later. For now, we'll do this. Retrieved all my science. That's good. What do you more silicon storage still. Alright, fine. I will give you more silicon storage still. Jeez. Maniacs. Although maybe I should have put the silicon out here. Yeah, let's put it out here instead. Turn that off. Let's put the iron in here. And decommission some of this iron that's here, for example. Move it over there. And even this one here. Because I want to push the carbon over here in the corner. We have so much over here. I want to push it over here in the corner. It's probably petty to fiddle with all this, but yeah.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Carbon. Good job, everybody. Let's go in here. Analysis of the crater center has revealed the presence of gluons and high levels of radiation. Elementary particle samples match those our team found on parts of the Etemenanki wreckage. Additionally, our sensors have detected an object 20 meters or so below the surface. It is emitting unusual and unintelligible signals on several different frequencies. 23 science. Next, we can authorize invasive recovery and analysis of the object. We could set up a drilling rig. Or we could excavate the object manually. The best option here is to excavate the object manually. I think at least one of them results in some sort of negative thing, but this one definitely is the best result, so let's excavate the object manually.
An accident has occurred in the Tiqqun.
You're not helping any. I know you don't care. Let's see. We still haven't emptied that out quite yet. 127 workers, so let's get those moved, or non-workers rather. Let's get those moved out to Sector 3. And we're full on hydrogen again. Power that off. Power this on. Power that on. Or select that and move it on in. There's 2 in here. There's 2 missing there. Let's get it moving. There it goes. There it goes.
Population transfer complete.
Clear that. Technology permanent monitoring. So that was this one. Do we want to do... Yeah, let's do this too. I mean, unless somebody knows something I don't about conserving your iron and or conserving your polymer, carbon for polymer, those I'm not that bothered by. With
A science ship team has completed
6,500 iron out there to collect yet, we're good, I think.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Okay. Transmission from the science ship's name, Team. We managed to extract the object we have named Freeman. It is a badly damaged artificial and cylindrical construct made of an unknown alloy. It measures about 10 meters in diameter and 3 meters in length. It possesses a guidance and propulsion system and bears the letters BMS on its casing, the acronym of the Black Market Society. The object contained a nuclear charge that we carefully deactivated. We have transmitted mission data back to the Tiqqun. New event, the Piranesi's main weapon and 46 science. Now, we want to do the establish infrastructure, which is going to require 50 alloys, and we will send Hermes to do that again. Hermes is working on hydrogen, but Hermes can give up the hydrogen for other things. The event here. Administrator, further analysis of the Freeman object found on Crook P-37 has been completed. Freeman was used to guide a massive gluon beam fired from the Piranesi. It's clear that using a weapon of this magnitude greatly damaged the Piranesi. Any other structure attempting to use this type of weaponry would be instantly destroyed upon its firing. Our team has come to the conclusion that the Piranesi must be recovering somewhere after such a burst of power. Acknowledge. And 30 science. Does that give us another thingy here? I don't think so. We could start building, by the way, missile countermeasures here instead of probes. We'll need those when we interact with the Piranesi in the next chapter, spoiler alert. But I'm not going to do it just yet. Are you at the cap? No, you're not. Oh, yeah, you are, actually. Bring it all in. Bring it all in. Might as well. Still have ice over here, too. Jeez, oh, Pete. Vision of tasks. Unlocked. Production speed again? Sure, why not? Why not? We're out of science again. But we do have a bunch here that we're going to be adding to. Once we get our ship over here, which is on its way. And we also have a bunch back here. But we're also at 55 minutes. I think what's going to happen is this episode is going to be standing alone for a little while in my schedule. It's going to be a few days before we get back to Ixion. And I think in that time, I'm going to try and get them to collect some of these resources. I might move the Tiqqun around a little bit to collect more.
Important message from our colonization mission.
Or we might do this now. The colonists... they need a science ship. We have finished our colonization test on Crick P42. Colonization success rates of planets like P42 are estimated to be 25.12%. Please authorize extraction preparation. But we're way, way over time. So I think I'm going to have them gather up some resources. We're going to fly around a little bit. We will send a science ship to here to collect. We'll also finish up the events here at P37. And we'll be finishing up this system, I think, in the next episode, and probably moving on to the next chapter. But as I was saying, in my schedule, there's going to be a while before we come back to this game, I think. So I'm going to try and take some off-screen time to pick up some more of these resources, and hopefully at least strip mine most of the system before it's time to move on. So we're going to leave this here. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.